Now at 6, the sky's the limit for some aviation students in Miami thanks to grant funding. Plus, McDonald County schools celebrate new classrooms with ribbon-cutting ceremony. And McDonald County schools also welcome the return of the Freshman Academy.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Miami High School received funding from the Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics to enhance the school's aviation classes. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Tanya Bach. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more.
I'm going to be a pilot later on.
Annabelle Martins is a high school 10th grader with dreams of being a pilot one day.
I want to work for Southwest Airlines, so I think I want to fly around that bit for a minute, and I think later on I want to fly internationally.
The funding Miami High School received from the Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics will give students the foundation to make their dream careers a reality. It'll allow the school to purchase flight simulators, lab materials, and field trips to gain hands-on experience on drone building and aviation knowledge that students may otherwise not get.
You're in Ottawa County and you're not around an international airport or airplanes and things, and so the funding would, give us that opportunity to kind of whet these kids' appetites on things that we don't see here.
He believes this funding will inspire the next generation of pilots and engineers and benefit Oklahoma's workforce.
For the controller of the drones.
This is a big circle of life, and I'm helping you right now, but in a short period of time, you're going to be helping me. And so STEM, aviation, all these courses, career tech courses, they just really provide kids with opportunities to benefit themselves, benefit society.
Provide an opportunity for everyone, whether that's college, ag, career tech, aviation, drones.
Miami High School was granted $9,000 towards their aviation program. Reporting in Miami, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Now, Bland hopes that this will inspire the future generation of engineers and pilots in Miami. Well, the community came out today to celebrate the opening of 2 new classrooms and bathroom facilities at Southwest City Elementary in McDonald County. Funding came in part from a $21.5 million bond. The new additions will address crucial needs at the school, such as space constraints and closer bathrooms.
I mean, we're excited. I mean, this is just, like I say, when we built our storm shelter to make budget, we'd had to cut a classroom off to be able to do that. So being able to give this classroom to Southwest City, it's been a long time coming. It's probably been close to a decade, when we did that. And so it's just really exciting to have this room here for them and for them to continue to grow and have nice building.
The timing of these additions is ideal as the new school year begins this coming Monday. McDonald County schools are also excited to announce the return of the Freshman Academy. The program brings students across the district to equip them with the tools and knowledge they need in order to confidently navigate the transition to high school. Students get the opportunity to familiarize themselves with their teachers and their classes.
But through the day, they go through an abbreviated high school day. They get their schedule. They go to each period for just a short amount of time, get to hear a little bit from their teachers. They're going to do some fun activities in there for the short time they have them.
Freshman Academy.
The district is expecting around 200 freshmen to attend this year's event. According to the Pew Research Center, 72% of high school teachers consider cell phones in schools as problematic. Some states and school districts across the country outright ban the use of cell phones in schools. As the school year begins, we want to help parents and students know what their school's policy is when it comes to cell phone usage.
Really at the K through 8 level, it's a don't have it out, don't let it be seen. We don't have a policy that goes so far as, we're not going to be searching students for cell phones, but listen, we don't want to see it. At the high school level, we give our teachers the ability to understand what that, to develop what that rule is for their own classroom. Obviously, if they have it out, it has to be for academic reasons. But, we do have occasions where teachers will use cell phones as a part of class. It's probably not very frequent, But so we let them give them a little bit of leeway on developing their own policies for their classroom.
And we'll have even more information on school cell phone policies in our area schools tomorrow during our weekend newscasts. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at weather.
Yeah, another hot one for us today. Temperatures, they heated up during the afternoon. Most of us mid to upper 90s once again. We do have another severe thunderstorm watch in effect till 11 p.m. This includes Oklahoma, Missouri south of I-44 into northwestern parts of Arkansas. And we've had some hit-and-miss storms kind of skirting our southern counties over the past couple hours. So we have had a little bit of severe weather eastern Benton County through Beaver Lake. And then another cluster of non-severe but strong storms rolling through Wilson County and then pushing into Neosho County as well. So Chanute up toward Iola and Yates Center. So we are going to be dodging scattered showers and thunderstorms over the next several hours. These will tick down a little bit and then start to increase again late this evening into the overnight hours tonight. Periods of showers and thunderstorms, but these should be a little bit weaker, but could be a little bit of a loud night. So we're going to talk about that plus your weekend forecast here in a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Coming up, authorities filed charges against a Missouri woman in a plot to steal Graceland. And the war of words heats up between two of Oklahoma's top educators. Well, a federal grand jury in Kansas City indicts 18 members and associates of the Pagans Motorcycle Club. Two of the indicted are from Joplin, Robert Miller and Brandon Hodge. The operation, which led to the 5-count indictment, stems from a series of armed assaults against members of rival motorcycle clubs. More than a dozen law enforcement agencies were involved in the operation that also resulted in the seizure of more than 40 firearms, thousands of rounds of ammunition, body armor, and a marijuana grow operation. The indictment alleges a series of assaults were committed as part of Pagan's racketeering enterprise. The operation has already resulted in 15 arrests, along with the execution of 7 search warrants. The Justice Department has filed charges against a Missouri woman for allegedly trying to take ownership of Graceland, the legendary home of Elvis Presley, and steal millions of dollars from the Presley family. 52-year-old Lisa Findley was arrested this morning, accused of mail fraud and aggravated identity theft. According to court documents, Findley pretended to be with a fictitious private lending company that claimed it loaned Presley's late daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, nearly $4 million. Prosecutors say no such loan was ever made. Today also marks the 47th anniversary of Elvis's death. A rivalry among top education officials in Oklahoma has turned into a lawsuit. Rob Miller, the Bigsby Public Schools superintendent, is suing the state superintendent, Ryan Walters, for defamation over comments he made last month. Miller claims his school never got estimates from the state on their share of Title I funding, preventing them from critical hires before the school year. Walters' response led to the lawsuit.
Yeah, he's a liar. I mean, he's really a true embarrassment. He knows every year when he gets Title I funds in. We're dealing with all kinds of financial problems with his district that we're having to address right now. So, you know, Rob's a clown and a liar, and so he knows that. So it's an embarrassment, but we're going to continue to make sure that that district is functioning.
The lawsuit, which seeks $75,000 in damages, accuses Walters of lying, defaming, and putting Miller in a negative light. Walters' spokesperson says the suit is, quote, a political stunt by a man with a vendetta, not a legal case. We'll have more on this story tonight on KOAM News at 10. A little later, a new school season means a new softball tournament. John Dales has that story and more coming up in sport.
Plus, we're tracking some thunderstorms out there for the evening hours. We'll look at that coming up. Well, of course, another hot one for us today. Temperatures back up into the mid to upper 90s, but we are tracking some scattered showers and thunderstorms as we go through the evening and then into the overnight hours for us during the overnight hours tonight. Let's go outside. First off, severe thunderstorm watch in effect. This is mainly for Oklahoma, southwestern Missouri, along and south of I-44 into northwestern Arkansas. In the yellow, these are our severe thunderstorm warning polygon, so you can see eastern Benton County over toward Beaver Lake, and then Wilson, Montgomery, Neosho, and Lebec counties and southeastern parts of Kansas. So most of us are dry, but we have this cluster that kind of dropped through northeastern Oklahoma, heading out of the region. Then we have this cluster, which is dropping in. This is going to be dropping south and east. So this will affect parts of Pittsburgh. It will affect the metro of Joplin as we go through about the next hour or so, because these are booking pretty quick at about 55, 60 miles per hour. Main threat here is gusty winds right on this front edge. A little bit of a bowing, so a little bit of cold air is pushing in behind this, and with it on the leading edge, we're getting winds 60 upwards to 70 miles per hour, some quarter-size hail. So pretty good storm in Chanute, moving into Erie, Parsons, you are on deck, and then eventually Oswego, Girard, Pittsburgh, Columbus, and then once we get down into Joplin a little bit later on this evening. So we're going to be watching these over the next couple hours. Big dome of high pressure out across New Mexico, so we get these weak waves that rotate on the north side. Hit and miss storms over the next few hours, a little bit of a break, and then they'll flare up again late this evening into the overnight hours for us tonight, and then just periods of showers and thunderstorms. The deeper into the night we get, they'll lose strength, but still we're going to have some strong thunderstorms kind of kicking around all the way through after midnight. So here's 1 a.m. Let's go to about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Thunderstorms still in our southern counties. We even start the day tomorrow with some scattered thunderstorms, and then by the afternoon we look pretty good. So rainfall potential tonight. We got to see where those heavier storms set up. A lot of areas a quarter, half an inch, but some areas are going to pick upwards of an inch of rain later on tonight. Through the evening, sliding back through the 90s, 80s, 70s, dodging those showers and thunderstorms. Still right now about 90 to about 95 degrees. Looking northwest, you can see those showers and thunderstorms. 7th the range line sitting at 90 at this point in time. Heat index still pretty high as well, about 100 to about 104 degrees. These will come down a bit as we go into the weekend. Let's look at your weekend. We get the storms out of here as we go through the morning hours. Partly sunny skies, mid 80s by noon. I think most of us 92, 93, 94. Humidity is going to be lower, so it's going to feel better as we get into Saturday, and then tomorrow night we drop back into the upper 60s. Some scattered thunderstorms, but mainly staying east of the region. 94 tomorrow, 91 on Sunday. A few morning showers tomorrow, mild tomorrow night, and then pop up random thunderstorms late in the day on Sunday. Then we get a couple days with highs into the upper 80s on Monday and Tuesday, and then a slow warming trend will return the middle of next week and then heading into next weekend as well.
Warm up just in time for the weekend.
Yeah, overall though, I mean overall not too bad.
Yeah, it could be much worse.
Yes, it could.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, still ahead, the MIAA releases its 2024 preseason coaches poll. And Quapaw and Grove square off in an early season softball matchup. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
High school softball season doesn't take much of a break in Oklahoma. After slow pitch season during the spring, the teams then play fast pitch in the fall, and a couple of our local teams play a tournament this week before their first official day of school. Quapaw hosting Grove this morning for an early high school softball matchup. We begin in the first inning. Grove gets on the board first. Tori Gonzalez hits a sharp grounder, bounces off the infielder's glove. That scores a pair, and Grove takes a 2-0 lead in the first. Later in that frame, Grove leads 3-0, and Allie Dalton sends one to the gap. That rolls all the way to the fence. That results in a 2-run double. The Ridge Runners add to their lead. It's now 5-0. We go ahead to the second. Quapaw gets a nice defensive play here from their shortstop, Tellen Morgan. Throw to first is in time to get the out. Wildcats get out of the inning. In the circle, Tori Gonzalez was on her game. She allows just one hit and no earned runs. Grove handles business the rest of the way. Ridge Runners beat Quapaw 9-0. Well, week one of high school football practices in Missouri concludes today. The McDonald County Mustangs are coming off an historic playoff run in 2023 and try to carry that momentum from last November into the start of this season. McDonald County just wrapped up its final practice of week number 1. We'll hear from the Mustangs later tonight at 9 on Fox 14, then 10 o'clock on KOAM. McDonald County won its first district championship a year ago, as well as making its first trip to the state quarterfinals in program history. They're led by 8th-year head coach Kellen Hoover. The 2024 collegiate soccer season just a few weeks away from beginning. This year will be the first time we have 2 local teams in the MIAA, and today the conference releases its 2024 preseason coaches poll. Pittsburgh State enters its inaugural season with the number 11 ranking in the preseason MIAA coaches poll. Missouri Southern picked to finish 13th after going winless in 2023. Washburn is the top team in the poll, receiving 9 first-place votes. The Gorillas and Lions officially begin their 2024 seasons on September 5th and 6th, respectively. Over to Major League Baseball, the Royals are in Cincinnati tonight, taking on the Reds. This one was supposed to start at 5:40, but because of rain in the area, it's pushed back to a 7:10 start time. Michael Lorenzen is making his 3rd start on the mound with the Royals since being traded from the Texas Rangers earlier this month. Over in St. Louis, Cardinals have lost 4 in a row. Tonight they try to stop the bleeding against the NL West leading Dodgers. Cards are a game below 500 entering tonight. They've slipped to 4 games out of the National League's final wildcard spot. Miles Michaelis is the expected starting pitcher for the Redbirds. Back to that college soccer I was talking about, I think it's really impressive. Pittsburgh State, first-year program that they're not last, picked in the conference to start the year. This is full of players that haven't played at this level before.
Do you know how many schools in the MIAA have teams?
Yeah, 13.
13.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I was actually impressed to see that many. You know? It's nice to see that Pitt State's getting on board with
Of course.
that. Yeah. All right, that's it for sports. We're back after this. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Joplin Police Department hosts a block party for the community. Plus, Cunningham Aquatic Center in Joplin wraps up its 2024 season with a puppy pool day. And we'll have tips for incoming college freshmen to make the transition from high school a little easier. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Well, a cup of coffee for a good cause. Today, the Human Bean in Joplin donated $1 from every drink sold to Crosslines Ministries, an organization that provides emergency services in the community.
It's a very easy way for them to get a great, delicious drink, and knowing that they're also supporting a great local ministry as well.
The Human Bean has more than 300 drive-through locations across 25 states. All of the locations have 4 different give-back days every year. All right, final check of the weather.
Yeah, we do have scattered showers and thunderstorms, which are going to be out there throughout the evening hours. A little bit of a break and then more popping up late this evening into the overnight hours. Some of these could be strong to low-grade severe, mainly wind and hail threat. And then hot over the weekend, dodging a few storms.
All right, final sports note.
Tonight, Pittsburgh State football holds its kickoff party. We're going to find out the uniforms that they're going to wear for their season opener. They've been keeping that a secret up until now.
All right, tonight's the unveil. All right, well, thanks for watching. We will see you right back here at 10. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.